a state of mind. When you're with family, you feel the aloha. When you're with friends, you feel the aloha. When you're on the beach, the sun's your aloha. And it'll breathe the kiss of aloha. Aloha is a state of mind. 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 A state of mind. A state of mind. A state of mind.
Aloha! State of Mind Podcast. And yes, we are live. Welcome out to the Aloha State of Mind podcast. It is Tuesday, August 4th, 2020, like we do every single Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Pacific. See, this is the thing I get caught up with now. By the way, I'm Mark Easy.
And this is DJ Free.
The thing I get caught up with is it Pacific, before we get into it, is it Pacific Standard Time or Pacific Daylight Time? Is it PDT or PST?
It's Pacific Standard Time. I don't think, like, during the daylight savings time, it's only, they just do that just to remind you, oh, set your clocks back or whatever.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it's normally just Pacific Standard Time, PST.
Okay, because I see so many different ways, and someone when they put on their flyers, mainly I'm looking at, I don't know if to put PST or PDT. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Well, now you got me thinking that it was simple.
Well, as long as I don't put PTSD, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Just stick with
That
what
might be
we got.
problems.
Just take
But
it for like a
Yeah.
year.
But it is a Tuesday on this lovely evening. Hot for me, because I don't got no AC up in here. My studio looks nice, but I don't got AC in here, so I got Soda Bunk Studio, so it looks all high tech, but I don't got no AC up in this piece, so I'm
But-
sweating over here. If you're wondering, over here I got like one of those cooling rags under my shirt, so just to keep my core temperature down.
Man, I mean, honestly though, like, okay, so if you lived in Vegas, you would have
Mhm.
central air conditioning because most of the places have central air now, right?
Correct.
Especially with the newer development.
Right.
And that you could use a bedroom as one of your studios. You just gotta eggshell it. But in
Yeah.
California, where you live, like, there's no AC at all in your whole house.
Yeah.
So it's either hot or hotter. Like, it depends on where you go in your house.
Yeah,
So-
it sucks. So basically, especially
Yeah,
when I do all this streaming kind of stuff, I have all my computers running, and it's just like, man, it starts overheating, and I'm like, dang, man, I wish I had a AC studio. Gotta say what's up to Mitch already jumping in the chat, and also Michael Sado on Facebook saying what's up to you. I don't know if you can see the Facebook chat, so I don't know if you're on your Facebook. So
No, I don't normally look at the chat, like, because of the computer, correlation to where I am. I can't
Right.
even see the chat anyway. So
well, I'll clue you in on everybody, since it's just a free for all, free forum kind of thing tonight, because we don't really have a special guest. But shout out Mike Sato. I've been watching his brother Nick on all the streams. We've been helping each other out on the Twitch stream. So big shout out to him. Definitely a lot of energy, that guy. I tell you, man. That guy has tons and tons of energy on his stream. I had no idea, man. He'd be dancing and prancing and doing all these moves and old school, new school. It's crazy.
And the funny thing is, I think Mike, I don't know if you're the younger brother or the older brother. I think Mike is the younger brother.
Okay.
I think,
Nick.
Another childhood brother, Nick. I think Nick is the older brother, and he's the one dancing around and all that stuff.
Yeah, he's
Very
crazy.
funny.
But anyways, I'll shout out to Joel out there in Las Vegas saying what's the haps. Just chilling on this Tuesday. We'll wait for a little bit more people to pile in onto the rooms onto YouTube and Facebook, and really just talking story tonight. Nothing in particular, no special guests or anything. So it's just kind of a free for all today, right?
Right? I think like every once in a while we do this, like maybe once a month. We had a couple of guests on, like back to back. The guests that we're supposed to have on this show
Mm-hmm.
rescheduled. So, you know, because it's a live show, we just got to go with the flow. You know, not a lot of people, especially nowadays when people are starting to go back to work or starting to like have their unemployment cut by a significant amount. They're looking for like, I'm an Uber driver now. I got to make money for my family and all that. So I understand. There's also police officers and all that have to go back to work because the way everything is right now. So not a lot of people have time on a Tuesday.
Yeah, it's all good though. We'll definitely get in where we fit in all our guests for sure. So we're just kind of cruising. So how have your wake day been? Oh, before we get into that, Joel asked if we saw the video of the explosion in Beirut. I have not.
The thing is, we're actually going to talk about that too because there's a lot of things happening in the world, and not just in the United States. Dude, did you see that explosion, Mark?
Nope, but let me go to a little browser here and maybe I can find it and pull it up because that's how we do it here. There we go.
Pull it up, dude. That video is insane.
How do you spell Beirut?
I don't know.
B-I-R-U-T.
No, B-E-R.
Yeah, I got it.
R-U. Yeah, something like that.
Here we go.
But
let me turn. Oh, I wonder if the video is automatically going to generate from here. Probably. I'll turn it down. At least 78 dead and 4,000 wounded. Jeez, Louise. Let me look at where's the video? Let me check it out here.
while you're looking that up,
That's just a picture.
I saw a few videos of it, and dude, I swear to God, it looked like Hiroshima. Dude.
Oh, there. I see it. Dang, yeah, it looks like oh, wait. I went too big with this thing. I went full screen. Now I can't see anything. Sorry. Okay.
No,
let me
look
get
at
out
that.
of here. There we go.
Went way too big. But yeah, there's multiple angles because people are just taking videos of
Let me pull that back again. This thing looks insane. Like almost like a mushroom cloud, right?
No, it was. And
what kind of bomb was it?
I don't know. I don't think it was like a planted bomb. I think it was just something that happened because somebody put I can't describe it. Like those nitrohexane diphthalates or whatever.
Yeah.
Next to a very flammable building, and they just combined and just went boom.
All right, here it says 2,750 tons of ammonium nitrate, a highly explosive material used in fertilizer and bombs, had been stored for 6 years at a port warehouse without safety measures. That's great. 2,750 tons. It said it had a blast registered as strong as a 3.3 magnitude earthquake.
Yeah, no, dude. Like people are driving in their cars, and they had the video where when it blew up, like there's that sonic boom that goes everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy was driving. I guess his passenger was videotaping. And, oh, what is that? And it blew. Because there was smoke before the explosion. And there's oh, look, something's smoking. Dude, the thing blew up and cracked their window. Bah! Like, it was like in a movie, dude. It was crazy. So, the whole area is decimated.
Ah, yeah. I just read it right now, so I'm like, dang, it's kind of crazy. I'm just looking it up right there, and yeah, I'll watch that explosion again. Here's another version of it. Boom! Dang! Do you see it? I'll do it one more time. Yeah, like a mini mushroom cloud dome. Pretty insane, man. And I thought when just because of the way of the world, as soon as you tell me like explosion, I'm thinking terrorists, war type kind of thing. I don't think like fertilizer bomb blew up.
Right. So, there's
But
the biggest sparkler bomb ever made. Um, well, I mean, the way the world is, the first thing you think of is terrorism. What's going to happen? Start of World War
mhm,
III, something. Especially this year, 2020. Um, but yeah, this one is just such a random thing, and nobody's taking credit for it. Like normally,
mhm.
like terrorist attacks, you know,
Yeah.
yeah, the terrorists would be like, "Yes, we planted this bomb, and we are going to take over the American way." All that bullshit, dude.
Mhm.
This one was just nah, we didn't do this.
Yeah, it's like it's
2020 already, we didn't do this.
yeah, so big fertilizer bomb. Well, yeah, I know somebody was mentioning it in my house earlier, but I didn't really uh pay much attention to it until Joe brought it up right now. So thank you, Joe, for that bad news.
I
Notice
mean,
how
it's not your
like,
fault.
yeah, notice how. But then again, like you said, notice how news is always anything on the news is always 90% negative. They never tell you 90% of the good things that happen, and let's report 90% of all the great stuff that happens to people, and just a smidget, just about 10%, we'll talk about all the crappy stuff. How about we have news like that? That would be a wonderful utopia we could live in.
Gee. Well, I mean, okay, well, a good thing to counter the explosion. Well, the explosion happened, and there's a lot of people that passed away and that got hurt, and so we
Hmm.
gotta, mourn for that and hope the best for the Beirut. Um, but there is a a good thing that happened this past week,
What was
which
that?
was the touchdown of SpaceX astronauts,
Uh huh.
and they arrived back to Earth safely after going into space. So that's a great thing. That's a huge,
Let me look it
uh,
up.
I guess, thing that really got glossed over because everybody's worrying about their unemployment. Everybody's worrying about Corona. Everybody's worrying about
Mm,
all these bombs going off and all that. Protests in the street. But it was a huge deal to have these guys come back to Earth safely, because that's the thing is, like, you can put anybody, you can throw anybody up into space. It's how do they get back? That's
right.
the problem that NASA always has, that space programs always have, the cosmonauts in Russia always has. Um, it's the getting back part, because the gravity on Earth, we build everything to the specs on the gravity on Earth. So
Right.
when it goes into space, that's fine. They can land on whatever. I'm not saying they ever went to the moon, because we never went to the moon, but uh, but they can land easier. When they jump back off, they're going back into a gravitational pull of the Earth. Now, once that pull comes in, that's when it goes from, like, you know 1 mile an hour to 1,000 miles an hour in less than like 10 seconds.
Right.
So, and then all of a sudden, like, we're gonna slow them down. But oh, we're gonna put up a big parachute. Well, that parachute's burning up.
Uh
Like,
huh.
disintegrated. All that kind of stuff. So they really had a lot of problems with getting back. So for them to actually have um, astronauts go up in space safely, come back safely, that's a big deal. So
Right.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool.
I pulled it up here, and I guess yeah, that's what they were saying. Like just they said they were kind of. It was a fiery re-entry, I guess. It says the Crew Dragon survived the fiery plunge through Earth's atmosphere, deployed its parachute, and landed in the Gulf of Mexico on Sunday. A process that SpaceX CEO Elon Musk called the biggest concern for the mission. So that was the big, like you said, that was the biggest concern is re-entering the Earth's atmosphere and not freaking blowing up in a fiery fireball mess of carnage.
Wow, that was descriptive.
I'm trying to be a more eloquent speaker nowadays.
Carnage, carnage.
But
Ah!
yeah, here's a picture. Look at those big parachutes. I guess it helps. I don't know. Look like it didn't get burnt up. The parachutes, so
Well, I mean,
intact.
and that's another thing. Like, before, when the Apollo space program, those parachutes weren't that big. Like, they
Hmm.
didn't have enough room, like, on a small capsule to have these parachutes when they came in. Luckily, they touched down in the ocean and all that, and they be able to. But look how big those parachutes are. Just think, they need them that big in order for them to just slow it down just enough so they don't die.
Yeah.
That is
I,
crazy.
well, I mean, if he can make a car that drives itself, I'm pretty sure he could figure out the laws of physics. That guy, or whatever law those are. I don't even know if it's physics or I have no clue. That guy's brain is beyond me.
Yeah, we're gonna say physics.
Let's see what else to say. You know what happened? Jason Tavares from Facebook said, "Yeah, free. You went pay attention in science."
You know the funny. Okay, now Jason Tavares, Buzz, right? By the way, he's doing the challenge. The mainland challenge is killing it. But all right, so Buzz, one of my very good and very old friends from back in the days, he
Mhm.
knows that I was horrible in school. Horrible. I never. Once I got a girlfriend from another school, I skipped school the whole season, the whole school year. I mean,
Mhm.
literally, like out of 100 something days, I only went like 60. Like I don't even know why I went. I went because my girlfriend had to go. So and when she wanted to skip school, I just went. Um, or I had to tag up my name everywhere, so I took the whole day off and just rode the buses all the time. Anyway,
Mhm.
I was horrible in high school, horrible. But
Mhm.
it's the reason why is because I was dyslexic and I couldn't learn the way other kids learn. And so what
Right.
I actually went to the library on some of those days that I skipped school and just picked up a book and learned it myself. That's why I know about like the magnetic pulls of the earth and all that kind of stuff, and why humans and the human body can't adjust to that kind of you know like I guess space travel, whatever. Like all these things, dude. I'm kind of like Joe Rogan when it comes to that. Like once I'm interested, I look it up. So
Right.
and I don't learn it the regular way. I learn it my own way, and then I retain it. So,
Gotcha.
but yeah, that's why you and I would be great on the wall. You know what I mean? I know
Yeah.
stuff. But
Yeah. He
yeah,
said. He said yes, we did, and try steal the books too.
no, serious kind of. Dude,
Mm.
dude. Okay, so I don't know. I'm gonna clock his teeth, dude. I'm gonna like call him out on this. Uh, yeah, with Buzz, like he was a master thief, dude. We used to go out to Waikiki. Like there was International Marketplace, and then there's a smaller one called Duke's Lane. Remember
Right.
Duke's?
Right.
Duke's Lane
Right.
had like he would go over there and he would
Mhm.
tell me, "Hey, what do you want, dude? Like, what are you looking for?" I'm like, "Dude, I want a Zippo, with the I don't know, with the skull on it, right?" And with dude, I don't know how he does it. Like he would have the Zippo in his hand, talking to the guy, the Vietnamese dude or whatever that's owning the kiosk, and
Right.
then like, okay, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna take a look again. He puts it back. The guy thinks he puts it back. I thought he put it back. Dude, it's in his fucking pocket already. And I'm like, holy, what? Right? We used to go to by his house. There's a Longs by his house. Excuse me. And like we need a spray paint, because if you're a tagger and you're a bomber, dude, you need a spray. You need spray paint. He found a hole in the way back in the garden area, and he
Mhm.
goes, free. Use this bag, and big trash bag. He's like, use this bag, hold it outside that hole. Give me about 2 minutes. I'm like, all right. So I'm standing up. I'm the only person standing outside on the grassy knoll, right? Holding a fucking bag next to the opening like this. I mean, the fence, the hole was like this big, dude.
Right.
All of a sudden, spray cans just start flying out. I'm like, oh shit, dude. We stole like 80 spray cans that day. I don't know how he does it. He literally walks out with cameras on him, and they can't find him. They can't catch him, dude. This guy was
For,
insane.
for some reason, I would think if he used his superpowers for good, he could have had a outstanding career as a magician. With the
Well, he's
sleight of
the
hand and like trying to figure out, hey, how they got cut the, how they disappear from the box? Just like how the spray cans disappeared from the store, the little hole in the back and
yeah,
freestanding there in the bag.
the next day, we went, because after we bombed up, whatever. And again, we got to steal fucking, Mountain Dews and shit, right? The next day we go back. And I'm not a good thief, dude. I get caught all the time. That's why I used to go to jail and shit. Anyway, so he'll go steal, but I'll go. I went to go look at the stock supply of spray cans. There's nothing there. I was like, oh my god, he stole every can. Like, like it wasn't like, okay, I'm gonna steal like 3 cans just so we can tag up. This guy went in there with a basket and stole every fucking can. It was crazy. Anyway, but yeah, dude, like he's a magician. He's a lyrical magician. So go check him out if you can, Uncle Buzz.
See? He could have been what's the guy? The Magic of Polynesia guy, the one at the Hilton. He could have been that guy.
Oh, what was his name?
Mark Hirokawa or something. I don't know what it was. Something like that. The Magic of Polynesia. That could have been Uncle Buzz. Magic of Polynesia.
Opening Uncle Buzz. Yeah.
Could have been Uncle Buzz. Uncle Buzz opening for the Society of 7.
Dude. Okay, so this guy, we could go on for it. I would love to get Jason Tavares on the show. Honestly, Mark, you might as well just mute your mic if we ever get him on. Because it'd be him, just me and him rapping, dude. Yeah.
I'll just connect you and then I'll go do some other things. He said they don't hire Portuguese for that. and he says he's a responsible citizen now.
Yes,
he promised.
he is.
He go, I promise, which makes me think he's not. Anytime someone from Hawaii says, "No, I promise," 90% of the time I think they're lying.
90% you still get like bootleg CDs in his trunk, but yeah. So no, he is actually a great father. Him and I, we've been friends forever, dude. But yeah, that's funny. And it's funny that he said that he stole books too, because I used to steal my ElfQuest books from there. I'm not proud of it. I'm just saying I do. So.
Okay, I was gonna switch back to the other scene without the browser, but I forgot to turn off the intro. So if I do that, it's gonna start playing the intro again. I keep forgetting. There's little nuances, so we can stay on this and we can still scan through some stuff. It's kind of chill in the room, everybody. If you're listening in on the chat, whether you're listening in on YouTube or Facebook, we don't really have a topic tonight. So if you guys want to chit chat and talk about something that happened, or anything on your mind, just feel free to jump in the chat and let us know. We're definitely open to the conversation, and that's what usually these open forum podcast is all about. It's just about getting to know our listeners and giving you a voice on the forum. Yeah, I know we're supposed to do that conspiracy theory one, but I didn't have everything set up with all the Zoom and all those things where we could just let everybody pile in. But we'll definitely save that for up and coming podcasts.
Well, even then, I mean, there's so many to think of. There's like the lizard people. There's Illuminati. There's the moon landing. There's Bigfoot. I mean, we can go on forever. How the pyramids were actually made, ancient aliens, what Donald Trump is really doing, all that kind of stuff. There's so many stuff.
Yeah, like I said, maybe we'll pick a topic at a time and make it like a monthly or bi-monthly feature to our show.
Right.
The conspiracy theory bi-monthly episodes. So
I just heard one though. That about Donald Trump. He's like, people are like, well, because he's a billionaire and he doesn't need the money, that's why people thought that maybe he wouldn't be as corrupt. But how do you think he got all his money? I was just watching this on YouTube. So how do you think he got all his money? He inherited it from his dad. He borrowed money from the most richest people on the planet, and now he owes them favors. So why not have him in there? You know? And I'm like, you know what? I don't like political stuff because every
Right.
it's gonna change. Every 8 years, it's gonna change. So, uh,
Yeah. So
but
we just gotta see what happens with that. But as much as he's a clown and whatever, whatnot, it's just like, what would be the lesser evil? Hillary?
right, the
That might have
killer,
been worse. That might
dude,
have been
he'll
worse.
just be like, yeah, we'll just kill everybody that I don't care about.
Yeah.
We'll
So
just
we
make it
just,
look like a suicide in prison.
now Mitch is saying, "Are you gonna play local music on the Aloha Morning Show at all?" Yes, yes, I am. Not a ukulele or anything, but I will play the music from my computer.
Literally, hurt the man who loves
Yeah,
you.
I, I haven't the last 2 days. It's only been 2 days since we started that. Since I started the Aloha Morning Show on my Twitch. So if you guys get a chance and you're up I'm up at 7:30 Pacific Standard Time, PST, which would probably be like 4:30 in the morning for Hawaii and whatnot. However you do the conversion. So. Yeah, I'm gonna play some local music. I'm trying to theme my shows and get everything dialed in with Twitch and all that kind of stuff. So, if you guys ever are up at like 4:30 in the morning, if you're in Hawaii, check out. I'll put my link for that. You can check out the Aloha Morning Show. It's more of just mixing some music, more talking and chatting, and just having a good time.
Well, I mean, the thing is, the morning show.
Hmm.
I listen to it, and it's like you actually play stuff that's a little bit less upbeat, up tempo. Like it's more okay. It's soothing me while I'm in the shower. Like I like this song, dude. I haven't heard this song in forever, and then start brushing your teeth, getting ready for the day. Like that's what I was doing because California and Nevada, I think, is the same time zone,
Right,
right?
right.
So, and I think Washington is too. That's
Yeah.
where Mitch is. So at 7:30, like I'm figuring, screw it, man, I'm already up. So I started, doing my evolutions,
Yeah.
um, and then I don't know. After that, I went to Walmart, got what I needed, got my lasagnas. Uh,
This is a very turning into a very basic podcast here. Okay,
so,
let's see. We gotta say. Wait. He said. Let's see. Jason says Hawaii is the mountaintop of Lemuria. 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 I don't know what that means. I'm kind of ignorant about what that means. Also got to say what's up to DJ Aquatech tuning in to the show. He also says he's bankrupt on Russian mob money. And Mitch says Trump is a F-tard. And
we all got our opinions, and I agree. See, the thing is, when he first got elected,
Mhm.
I mean, of course, it was like such a heartbreaker because there's a reality star that got his, got matches in the WWE. He's a reality star that you're fired and all that kind of stuff. And all of a sudden, it's like everybody's talking about, oh yeah, but he's such a great businessman. He bankrupt like 3 times. He couldn't even keep a casino in Atlantic City open. They bankrupt.
Mhm.
So how is he such a great anyway? And yeah, he bankrupt and he's on the mob money. Like he borrowed money from Russian, investors. I gotta say
Right.
investors. We can't say mob, right? But
Mhm.
investors and he's yeah. But that's about it. What's up, Carrot and Lopez?
Mhm.
Gotta show us the thing.
Wow, cool. And Jose, I'm gonna play some big flavor Aloha too. Possibly. I gotta set up actually because I do so much music videos on the show. Like I gotta set up a scene where there's not a big blank area for it, so it's not so distracting and looking so. If I just play a song, you know what I mean. So it's a little tweaks and things I'm doing for the show. So definitely Stick around for that. Oh, is that the one he said cheated investors on those deals too?
Oh, I don't know, but yeah, he probably did. So Ross Doman, that's Aquatech.
Yeah, Alcotech.
Stop Aquatech. That's what's up to Aquatech.
Yeah, that's Masato. Masato 22 says that he cheated his investors out of the deals too. I wouldn't
Well,
doubt it.
see, that's the thing. Like okay, this is not a dump on Trump.
I know that's what it seems like it's turning out to be.
But the reason why is because it's facts.
Yeah.
And there's alternate facts. No, there isn't. There's just facts. And when we talk about a guy like that, when the facts come out, it just seems like we're dumping on him, but we're just. I'm trying not to do like when he first got the thing I was going to when he first got elected, I was like, okay, he is the captain of this airplane. We need him to be the best captain up here in the air, or else we're all gonna die. We're all gonna go down into a blazing glory.
Yeah.
We need to support and say, "Yay, Captain, you can do it." And then the captain's like, "Yeah, I can do it, but we're gonna do this. We're gonna do loopings." And it's like, "No, Captain, don't do that. Just fly the plane, fly it right. You have to support him." But yeah, he's making it hard, man. And yeah, he makes it too easy to dump on him, dude. Like every little thing. Um, this unemployment check thing. I was talking to my roommate Barry because we get into political things. He supported Buttigieg during the preliminary Democratic election, and
Right.
he had some really great points. Anyway, and he said, and I was telling him, if you look at the $600 a week that people were getting, people are saying, "Oh yeah, man, that's too much money. That's a lot of money." $600 a week means you get $15 an hour for 40 hours a week, which is normal now. Which is the going rate of a normal. You go to Costco, you push a cart, you get $15 an hour. $15 an hour to live in any state is barely making it. That's the minimum wage to have a livable wage. So $600, $15 an hour at 40 hours a week is $600. That's what you're getting. It's not like you're making millions of dollars off of this stuff. This is a living wage, and so with all this Democratic and Republican blah 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 bullshit, it's making it so that the actual people itself are getting into two different classes. There's the high class and there's the low class. And that's it. There's no middle. And that's a conspiracy of what you and I are talking about, Mark, that they're trying to do, is keep it like low and high, and that's it. So anyway, that's my rant.
Yeah. Let's switch the topic off of Trump already. It's like wasting our breath on him already. So let's. Does anybody else have anything else they want to talk about today? Since we have an open forum today.
Dude, Mark, what did you eat today, man?
Today what did I eat for breakfast? Oh, I ate kind of like I'm doing a fast too, so I'm doing fasting from 8 p.m. to 10 a.m. So 14 hour. It's not 16 because a lot of people are doing the 16, 8, and we were doing 12 hours. So I figured I'll just go right in the middle. I'll do 14-hour fast. And then I ate lunchtime. I ate a little bit of chicken and tofu, my leftover chicken and tofu from the spot that's hot. And then
Can't say the spot because in Hawaii there's a place called the Spot.
yeah, not that spot, but yeah, a place out
Where'd you
here
get
by my house, huh?
Where'd you get it from?
Yeah, the joint by my house, Dragon Express.
Dragon Express in Escondido.
Yeah.
You gotta give them a shout out. Did you eat there almost every other day? You gotta give them a shout out.
Yeah, so
Pull it out of you.
I ate that, and then I ordered some of my protein bars from Costco since I can't get in that store. So I figured I'll just order them and have them delivered to my house.
Oh, they deliver?
Not yet, but I ordered it on Monday, so hopefully it'll be here by Thursday. And then Just some those low carb tortillas. So I'm making those low carb pizzas, low carb sandwich with just like chicken and cheese and whatnot. So just trying to proportion the meals. Take my walk in the morning after the morning show, and that's about it for now. It's only been day 2 of the morning show and day 2 of my change of lifestyle. So we'll see what happens. My face looks skinnier. Why you asking me? My face looks skinnier already.
Yeah, obviously it does. You gotta wear black.
That's
though. You
BS.
gotta wear black, like to make yourself slim down. So yeah, the reason why I asked is because last week we had Jax Madrox on the show, and he so far has been a miraculous change.
Yeah.
He's weight loss before, like where he lost 70 pounds in a year, and then the next year he gained it all back and then some, and all the like up and downs with it. But this time he's really determined, dude. Like within the last 5 months, he lost 70 pounds,
Right.
and he's continuing to do it. So after seeing that, I'm like, man, I should do something. At least do something. You're actually doing it. I'm not doing it. You're actually doing it. You're taking the steps to discipline yourself. So
Yeah, I figured.
setting
I
a
figured
goal.
you just gotta have a schedule. That's for me. I just gotta have a schedule. If I don't have a schedule, I'm not gonna do it. That's why I plan to do the morning thing. Like I wake up early, I day trade the stock market for about an hour, and then I jump on my show for 2 hours. Then immediately after that, I'll just put on my shoes and go for a walk. That way, I don't really think about it. Anytime you contemplate going to the gym or doing something, I'd say about 75% of the time you won't do it.
Right, you talk yourself out of it.
Yeah, so if you got to think about it, it won't happen. So definitely that. And I'm trying to get back into mindful meditation. Maybe not yoga. I want to try yoga too, but I don't know about DDP yoga, but some form of yoga, just so you can stretch your body. Like there's so many times you pull muscles because like what I mean, like if you're not physically active, like you never. Like I told this one before, like if you haven't played basketball for a while, after you play basketball, doesn't your arms and everything become really sore the next day? And why is that?
Yeah.
Because how many times in a day do you put your hands above your head like this to do something?
Right.
Hardly ever. Unless you're reaching for something. And imagine doing that like 100 times, in an hour. So your body's be like, "What are you doing?" Like your muscles back here is like, we haven't been used in like 5 years. What are you trying to do to us? So yeah, I think that's why if you just do basic stretching, even though if it's not extreme or anything like that, I think it's still good for your body. You know what I mean? Just to be flexible in case of anything. In case like you gotta grab something, lift something, or if you fall or any kind of situation. I think just being more flexible will help overall in your health and whatnot. So
Yep. No,
So
I
definitely-
like if your muscles could talk, like my muscle would be like, "Woo, what are you doing? What are you doing?" No, don't do that. Don't do that.
yeah. So I gotta find some kind of regimen, or if someone can suggest something. Mitch says stretching is so important, and he had a peanut butter on sourdough toast with some V8 splash while listening to the Aloha Morning Show. Why, thank you, Mitch, for the plug. But yeah, so yeah, it's definitely a essential part. It's stuff I want to do, and I was listening to, I forget who I was listening to. I was listening to someone talk about meditation and like how it helped him, and like I've been trying to do like meditation for a while, and it's just so hard to clear your head. Like if you just sit and just try and clear your head and think of nothing in like silence, and maybe like for even 30 seconds, like I can't, like something's gonna run through my head like within seconds. But like stretching and anything else, exercise, you gotta exercise your mind. Maybe you can do it for like 5 seconds, 10 seconds, and then 15. But
Right.
it's It's just like how Jax was talking about, like he does that thing where he ran for like a minute and then walked for 3 minutes and then walk for a minute and a half and then run for a minute and a half and then walk for 2.5 minutes. Now run for 2 minutes and walk for 2 minutes. So you kind of exercise your mind as well as your body to get those kind of things. Aquatech says try Tai Chi. Is that the one like the very fluent, flowy kind of?
That's when you see all the old Chinese people in the park.
That's what I thought. But it looks very relaxing. So,
It is.
yeah.
I pretend to know Tai Chi in the pool. Like when I used to work out in the pool, just pushing the water away, like that resistance and all that. Do it slowly and dude, especially your pool, dude. Like if there's everybody, like I noticed that because by the way, Mark has a pool at his house. I noticed that when you're in the pool area and Jazzy's in your room doing her, dancing thing.
Yeah.
The other girl is doing whatever the hell she does on her computer. Your wife is doing her, whatever they're all doing. They're all in the house. And when you're out there by yourself, it's so relaxing. And that one time that I burnt myself all up, laying in your pool. And the reason why is I wasn't sleeping. I wasn't gonna die in your pool, but I was just relaxing myself. I was like, there's so much problems that I'm going through personally right now with this car thing, with no money, all this kind of stuff. I'm stuck in California. It's some reason I can't get out. There's like, the house is so, if your house buzzes like a beehive, like there's so much things going on. That I think if you take the time to just sit in your pool and do some Tai Chi workout, whatever, dude, it'll work, man.
Yeah, I gotta look up and make it part of my routine. That's the thing with me. With me, it has to be some kind of scheduled routine. Otherwise, I'm not gonna do it. That's just how I work. I know some people can just be like, just go with the flow and whatnot. But for me, it has to be some kind of, okay, this is the time I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna set aside time to do it. Otherwise, like something else will come up and I'll be like, damn, I can't do it because I got this or that. But if it's on my schedule, then I can push back everything else and be like, well, I got to do this first because this is on my schedule. So,
right. Well, I think that's where the discipline comes in, and you got it, man. See, and that's another thing. Knowing the fact that how your life is, just in general, I'm not saying it's bad, but it's so hectic every single day. I lived with you for almost 3 months. There's not a single day, other than the fact that when they went to Oregon, there's like every single day it was like a buzzsaw. It was just grinding all the time. I'm like, I don't know how he does this. Year in, year out, dude. I don't know how he does this. But yeah, you can do it. But now that you're putting yourself on the schedule on the right path, then I'm gonna be the only one that's gonna be 300 pounds plus. You and Jack's gonna be like 201, 198 pounds. Like, you assholes.
I'm far from that, but I'm looking up some Tai Chi stuff here on the net. Aquatech also says go deep sea fishing. It's his way of relaxing and being disconnected. I could see that. Like if you enjoy fishing, you go out there, probably no cell phone service, so you can disconnect from not only the internet and the interworld, but just everything else in your life. Get a break from everything else and just kind of, be one with the ocean and the fish
and the swaying. Yeah, dude. You know what? If you decide that you wanted to go deep sea fishing, or I don't know what it's called, trolling or whatever, let me know, dude. I'll drive down to San Diego. We'll hop on a charter boat and we'll go. You know what I mean?
Well, definitely Aquatech would be the one to call for the hookup on that. He's always headed out somewhere deep sea fishing somewhere.
Aquatech, where does Aquatech live though?
I think L.A. area, so not too bad.
Oh, okay. You can do that. I don't know what kind of fishing there is in L.A., but
I think he goes all over. Like I'm not exactly sure where, but he's always headed over to somewhere. Gotta go jump on the boat and get there early in the morning. So yeah, Yeah, that's definitely some ways to really disconnect. And like I said, that's what I think I need is just kind of some kind of stretching physically and something mentally, like to help things out. Like I said, I was listening to someone, I forget who it was, but it's just saying kind of like you just can't, like, you gotta, like, no. And this is another thing I try to do besides like meditating and clearing my mind that I have a hard time doing, is just living in the present.
Mm.
Because so much people worry about how to like worry about things in the future, like, oh, how am I gonna pay rent, how am I gonna do this, and they worry about things they've done in the past. You know what I mean? Oh, I messed up this, I'm a failure, whatever it is. But you know, tomorrow, like you say, tomorrow's not promised. Yesterday is the past. All you have is right now. You know what I mean? Because you could die tomorrow, and everything you worried about is irrelevant. You know what I mean? But what you do have is today and the present. And I know that, and I say that all the time, but I have the hardest time doing it. Just like
Well,
meditating.
see, and that's the thing though. Like, we can all think we're all kung fu panda and shit, right? Like, oh, present is the only thing that you need to think about. But in reality, the reality is that 99% of the chance you're gonna wake up tomorrow, because unless you have health issues, which will your percentage will go down. Unless you have, like, a nuclear bomb hit everybody and we all die in 20 minutes, we're not gonna know anyway. But um, it's just the fact that you gotta think of, especially like for me, I don't gotta think of nothing. To be honest with you, I got commissions that I need to do. Which, by the way, I just finished this one for Jax.
um,
Yeah, that was a cool one. Anyway, uh, like, other than drawing, I ain't got nobody to take care of but myself. Um, so when it comes to that, I can live that way. I can say, you know what, I'm gonna go out to Bryan Head tomorrow and just drive, and that's in
mhm.
Utah. I'm in Nevada. I can take 3 hours, 3.5 hours there, 3.5 hours back. I don't care. I can come back at 2:30 in the morning. Who gives a shit? That's the way I can live my life. But for
Mhm.
guys that do, and for guys that have like families, like Buzz and, like, Mitch and all that, you can't think of just what today is. You got to think, okay, tomorrow I have to pay this bill, or else the electricity gets turned off. That means that the gas won't work. That means that there's no lights on. All the refrigerated food is gonna die. All this kind of stuff. You got to think of that. So to say that, I mean, it's good to live like, you know what, today, right now, I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna go down to the beach. I mean, you guys go down to Oceanside like every other day, but today I'm gonna go down to the beach, or today I'm gonna go, feed ducks with my daughter. Um, Take an hour and a half,
Yeah.
and then start my life.
Yeah,
You know,
I think you always got to plan ahead. Yeah, that's true. But I think it's more of just enjoying the moment. Sometimes, like, like, as for me, like, I stress out about stuff like stuff about the rent and this whatnot. But like, I'm doing everything I can to pay it. Not like I'm just ignoring it. Like, fucking, I'm wild and crazy, let loose, free. I don't care what happens. Like, I'm doing the right things. But still, at the time, I still let it bother me. You know what I mean? Where I should be enjoying taking my daughter to see the ducks, but my mind's on, like, oh, I got this much work to do at home. But you know what I mean? I'm not staying in that moment with her and enjoying it. So that's the problem I face. I think is just kind of, like, every time if we go do something relaxing, like, enjoy the moment instead of being like, oh well, after I'm wasting so much time here relaxing that when I go home I'm gonna have to do double the work. You know what I mean? And that's how my mind works. And I should be like, well, it's gonna get done one way or another. It's not like I'm saying F it, I'm not gonna do it. But I think that's just me, though. I don't know if anybody else runs into that problem, but that
well,
seems to
99%
be a
of
thing.
the planet does that, dude. They're like, okay, I'm here, I'm sitting, like for people. I actually talked to people that go on boat cruises, and they're like, yeah, it's nice and relaxing, but at the same time, that week that I did that, my emails got up to 500 emails, like, for work, and like you know they're thinking about their emails while they have the entire ocean to look at. There's a pool on the Luna deck.
Right.
There's buffets left and right that they don't have to pay for because they've already been paid for. I mean, but that's just human nature to worry about that stuff. It is hard though. It
Yeah.
is hard
So,
to not think of like, oh man, when I get back home, I got to do my cards, I got to do my commissions, I got this project I'm doing with David Garcia, I got this, and this. But for me, I'm like, okay, well, I still got to eat, so I'm gonna go to Eleanor's.
yeah. I think that all falls in line with, I think if I can do some stretching with, like they say, mind, body, and soul. So if I do some stretching and exercise, and I do a little bit of mindfulness, mindful meditation, and I think that will all help with living in the present as well. So
I'll be right back.
hopefully- all right. Anyways, yeah. Mike says responsibility never goes away, but we need to learn that it is already part of the big picture thinking. We tend to focus on and get fixated on one or small part of the pic. We miss the bigger. Yeah. I was watching a movie. Shoot, I forget the name of it. It was a football movie, and it was kind of like that where he was just focused on the little things, and he missed the whole big picture. So. I gotta find that movie. But anyways, yeah. Jax. Okay. I'll check out what you sent for sure. And we're just kind of chilling out today. Just talking stories. If you guys got something you want to talk about, I got something I want to talk about.
Yes.
I was watching this show on, I think it was Hulu, and it's called. It might be old. But because you guys are such big fans, it's called Dark Side of the Ring.
Dark Side of the Ring. What is that?
Basically, it's about pro wrestling and all, like, the tragedies that happened, like the Von Erich curse and like Chris Benoit, like killed all his family and
Yeah. Yeah. Keep going.
So there's two seasons. So they just talk about all those controversies with the Fabulous Moolah, like how she supposedly ripped off and like ran the girls as prostitutes when she was like the head of the women's the women's movement in pro wrestling. So it's all like controversies and stuff about mysteries and all these things about pro wrestling. I forget which ones I watched. I watched a whole bunch of them though.
Well,
It's pretty good.
The ones I have on Hulu, the one that I get on Hulu,
Let me look at it.
I only got like 4 or 5. I saw the one with Bruiser Brody.
Yeah, I
see
saw
that one?
Bruiser Brody. Yeah.
Dude, that was a trip. Like, I remember him being like, the crazy madman swinging the chain and everything.
Right.
But like in the back, he was like chill. He had a family and all that. I mean, he was crazy when he was out there in the ring, though. Him and what's his name? Kamala, not Kamala. Is it Kamala? No.
No, it was Kamala. Was Abdullah the Butcher?
Yeah, dude. Did you see their heads?
Yeah.
Like they just can't stop killing each other. But to get killed in Puerto Rico when he was trying to help build that whole thing, and then they're like, he was already shot when he came in. It's like, what?
Right.
Yeah, that was kind of messed up. The Fabulous Moolah thing.
Yeah.
That was kind of a trip because there's like I don't want to ruin it for anybody that's going to watch the documentary, but I'm going to. So spoiler alert. If it wasn't for her, there wouldn't have been a real women's wrestling. Wendy Richter and all that, and there wouldn't have been somebody there to train the girls to not get hurt. She's the one that said, okay, this is how you this is how you wrestle, and this is how you become a wrestler. And so, and then like even the girl at the end, she's like, for people that said Moolah was a pimp, that makes me a prostitute. And I was like, well, shit, she's right. It's like, if you call her a pimp, you're calling me a prostitute. So fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, even though they hated her, they still had to respect the fact that she was the Fabulous Moolah. She was the one that got all these contracts. granted, she got a lot of money from it because she takes contracts for literally every female wrestler in the business.
Right.
But that's what happens when you own the, that's what happens when you have the state of mind to say, I'm gonna train you, I'm gonna book you, I get a little percent of what you get. Period. That's your entire career, no matter where you go, your entire career.
Yeah. Stacy said her and Mae Young. Mae Young was tough as nails.
Dude, Mae Young was insanely tough.
Yeah, I remember they showing on that thing where she was like she was still wrestling at like 70 or something with the moolah or something like in the
70,
ring.
90, something like that. Train you. But yeah, like we're talking about. You remember the Dudley Boys where they used to keep her through tables? Like literally, dude, Mae Young through a table. I'm like, holy crap! Like even though they protected her, like during the fall, like they made sure that her neck was okay and all that kind of stuff. And so it mostly is his butt that and his legs that took the hit. But it looked, that's still an impact for a 79-year-old lady.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm looking through the episodes, and the first one was Randy Savage and Miss Elizabeth. I don't know if you saw that one.
Yeah.
And then the second was the Montreal Screwjob.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one was interesting. The Montreal Screwjob with Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels.
The funny thing is, like, because of what wrestling is, even Razor Ramon was like, it. To me, it was a work. You know what I mean? Like, he had to, and he was like, nothing happens in this business without it being scripted. Yeah, people fall off of 30-foot, cages and all that. That's physical. That has to be done for real. But that doesn't mean it wasn't scripted. And he's like, yeah, nothing happens in this business without being scripted. So all of a sudden, the camera is panned in on Bret Hart, talking to Vince McMahon, and he spits a loogie. Oh, a little close up on Vince McMahon, and he's like wiping off the spit from his eyes. Like, how did they get that shot so perfect if it wasn't scripted? Like Razor Ramon broke it down. He's like, dude, okay, and that's another thing. They're like, oh, well, Razor Ramon, and I never talked to Shawn Michaels about that. I never, had a conversation about the Montreal Screwjob because it's not my business and all that. And then I think it was Jim Cornette that said, "Are you kidding me? They were the Clique. It was him, Kevin Nash, Triple H, and Shawn, and later on all that kind of. You're telling me that they're best friends, but they never talked about it? Bullshit."
Yeah.
So yeah, dude, it was crazy, dude.
Yeah, it's very it's interesting. Like, I grew up watching wrestling, so this is all. So they had that one. I'm just gonna go through it. Episode 3 was Bruiser Brody, the one you saw. Episode 4 was Von Erich Family. Episode 5 was Gino Hernandez, who I didn't really know who that was. I never really.
I never knew who that was because it was before my time.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that I watched that episode though, because it tells you the story of a guy that everybody knew to be like basically like Ric Flair in real life, just like Ric Flair was Ric Flair in real life.
Right.
But then got too far into the drugs and mob scene and all that. Like, he actually wanted to be a mobster. It's like, dude, you're a fucking wrestler, man. Like, you're making enough money, you got enough girls. Why are you getting in trouble? But that's the lifestyle, right? So.
Right.
Okay,
And number 6 was Fabulous Moolah, and then I guess I'm watching season 2 right now, which was the Chris Benoit. I mean, yeah, Chris Benoit. It was two episodes about all that murder suicide stuff, and then the one I just watched, the last one I just watched was episode 3, which is about New Jack.
Dude, are you watching that one already?
I watched it already, the New Jack one. Yeah.
New Jack is a crazy ass, like straight up, like try to kill people. Like, he's like, if we're gonna go hardcore, we're gonna go. I don't care if I live or die, we're gonna go. Dude, that guy was nuts. So.
Yeah. Did you see that episode with New Jack?
I saw them all.
You saw them all?
Yeah. But I saw them like on YouTube and stuff. Okay, before Quan goes, I gotta say what's up to Quan. Thank you for stopping by. I know you gotta get back to work. right now he's back at the hospital and he's doing satellite like blood draws and blood whatever they're called, the drawing blood pickups and all that. So stay safe, keep your mask on. There's 17 different masks you got to wear because you're on the front line. So Juan, stay safe. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah. Shout out to Quan. Stay safe out there, my brother. Yeah. So I'm gonna finish it up. I was watching it. So I think New Jack. I left off on New Jack. So I was watching. I didn't know who New Jack was because I never really watched. I guess during that time, but yeah, he's pretty messed up.
Yeah. Did you used to watch ECW?
I don't know. Probably briefly. I used to watch I know back in the day, the ones I saw like on TBS or TNT was like Georgia Championship Wrestling, and then I think that turned into like WCW or whatever it was. But it was like just because it was like that was on Turner TBS or whatever it is, Turner Broadcast, so they would have. I'd watch the Atlanta Braves play baseball, and then I'd watch that Georgia Championship Wrestling, and I think that was the main things they had on there sports wise.
Dude, that's hilarious.
But gotta say what's up to Kaleo Carter, aka Have Be Wild, saying what's up on Facebook.
Oh, okay. Yeah, dude, it's hilarious though. Like you actually went to like when they had territories, like Georgia wrestling, and welcome the Georgia wrestling. Today we're gonna have like that's funny. But yeah, like okay, so yeah, they had the Von Erichs one. Right. That one was tragic, dude. Like their whole family got decimated in different ways.
Yeah, just but the guy very strange.
Yeah, the brother, the remaining brother. Yeah, lives in Hawaii, dude.
Yeah, I saw that.
You know, he's like, man, I'm a hippie. I stay near my tree. I train my two boys, and that's all. That. I'm good.
Yeah, after all that, like, you know what I mean? You want to retreat to a place where there's nothing there, so.
Right. So
by the way, you like my masks I'm wearing? My masks?
I don't even know, man. I can't even see. But yeah, like, he was even saying, like, you know, my brother's all this and all that, but I'm just chilling here in Hawaii. Anaconda squeeze! Well, you can actually change the color and everything.
I think it's just changing automatically.
Oh.
I don't know. Yeah, Hev said he used to wrestle for HCW out of Hawaii, of Oahu.
Who said that?
Kaleo Carter, a.k.a. Hev.
Oh, Crusher, the Crusher! Dude, I did a drawing for him, like, a long time ago, man. That's when I first met him, like, randomly. I guess he saw some of my artwork, and he's like, yo, man, can you, you know, blah, 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 blah. I was like, yeah, why not? So I did Crusher, the Crusher.
Right.
But yeah, this is after he got out of HCW, though. I remember HCW, that's when I first started, I went to the old school wrestling promotion in Hawaii with Don Morocco and, you know, Sullivan. Dude, that's where Sting started his career because he was under Kevin Sullivan. You know, all this stuff in Hawaii. But when Jax and the rest of the New Extreme guys, they got involved in the local wrestling scene. They were, I guess, HCW with like Ativalu and all those guys. And yeah, I didn't know Kaleo Carter, but I did a drawing for him.
Yeah, I know him from when I lived in Maui. He used to what did he do? He used to do some security for us, some of our events, and I think he was working at the radio station. But yeah, so him and see how wrestling is, and then Mariner, remember he said he used to do some refereeing and promoting for I think HCW as well. And I know Mariner for the Big Island, and another wrestler named Shinku.
Shinku.
Yeah, he was a wrestler out there in the Big Island, and I think it was all for HCW as well. So yeah, but that,
Yeah.
I just wanted to mention that show because I found it very interesting. If you grew up watching wrestling in the '80s and the '90s and whatnot, I think you'll find it interesting about these stories of just how they got. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it happens to everybody, whether you're wrestlers or not. You know what I mean? Whether it's drug addiction, just bad luck, health issues, whatever the case may be. So, but just because they're famous and they were infamous when you were growing up, it makes it all that much more interesting, I think.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, dude. Like it, especially because it's not just nostalgia, but it's our memory of the good old days before
Mhm.
2020. um, but also, like we all grew up with it. You know, like we all had that one time we went down to Chinatown and watched kung fu movies, or we
Right.
all had that time when we went to the local theater and watched Star Wars, or something like that. We had to wait in the line that went around the block. Um,
Mhm.
but also, we all remember sitting there, watching wrestling. Don the Rock Morocco, blah 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 blah, and Gorgeous George, all that kind of stuff. And then later on, when UFC, or not UFC, but MMA started being really big in Hawaii, I went to the promotions then too, when you had Nico Vitale and all those guys. Um, so yeah, it kind of transitioned into different things, but we all got the same memories. Okay, so
Right.
I'm looking at the chat room. It says, Stacy, what would your wrestling name be, and what would your finishing move called? You got an answer for that one, Mark?
What? No, not at all.
What would your wrestling name, and what would your finishing move be called? I already got.
Um, what? Go ahead then. You
Okay,
thought
mine.
about this before, so I'm sure you had many conversations about this, and that's why you know.
Well, I would actually I'd grow my hair out, I'd make it blonde, and with like dark roots. You remember the Fabulous Thunderbirds?
Briefly, barely, maybe.
They're back in the days when the Von Erichs were around.
Oh yeah, I
Um,
remember the name, but I forget what they look at. Let me look if I can look it up here.
yeah, the Fabulous Thunderbirds. Now, they were in the era of the Von Erichs. They were in the era of like Midnight Express, Road Warriors, like when they originally came out.
Was that
Um,
like Ric Flair and guys like Barry Gordy or whatever his name was? No.
well, that was
Oh, they're the Freebirds.
yeah.
Are you talking about
So that's
Fabulous Freebirds or
yeah.
Thunderbirds?
Sorry, not Thunderbirds.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, that was these
I
guys
would
right here.
because of my name being free. Like I love Evolution. I love the Four Horsemen. I like that faction where there's four guys that are just top of their game. And so I would restart the Fabulous Freebirds, um, but like the new version, and I would come out again. I'm white and big, right? So like that, and I'd come out and I'd be Freebird. My ending move,
Uh huh.
be the free fall, where
Hmm.
it'd be like kind of like Triple H's pedigree, but like a little bit different, and I drop them on their head. So that would be mine.
See, I haven't thought about it.
Wait,
See, they
what you?
said
Yeah.
no. See, I remember them because they were on Georgia Championship Wrestling.
Right. Right.
That was which turned into, I guess, NWA affiliated, I guess. So Georgia Championship Wrestling and WCW, I guess, and all that stuff. So that's where I remember them. And they were Michael Hayes, Buddy Roberts, Terry Gordy, and Jimmy
So
Garvin.
Jimmy Garvin. See, Michael Hayes. Most people don't know this, but Michael Hayes was the guy that trained and brought the Hardy Boys into wrestling, into the mainstream wrestling. Michael Hayes is the one that started that whole thing, and then they went and got picked up by the Brood, by Gangrel, and they became the Brood, the new Brood, after Christian and Edge. So, dude, I didn't know that Shinku came to enjoy comics in Hugh one of the times we were there. I didn't know
I
that.
I wasn't there, so
Apparently, neither was I. But yeah, so I Oh, speaking of which, you know, because I don't even know what time it is. To let it pass.
It's,
Um, in the upcoming weeks, I'm trying to schedule some of our guests, and one of our guests is going to be uh, Mike Sato from Enjoy Comics. I'm trying to
uh-huh.
put together a date for him so we can, make sure that he's available and all that. I don't want to, do it because what most people don't know is that Tuesdays is when the new comics come in, and you got to sort them out to put them out on Wednesday. You can't put them out until Wednesday, but they come in on a Tuesday. So I don't want to. I want to make sure that he has enough time for all of that, and not stay out at the at the shop until midnight.
Right,
Um,
right.
yeah, dude, Jax, if you can find that and tag me to it, man. So we got Mike Sato coming up in the future podcast. Now, one of my good friends, Aaron Masisco, also known as Jay Sky, um, he has been a big influence on me in my life. Like before I met him, I mean, I was getting to be a free spirit, but I wasn't. I was holding myself back from doing what I love because I always thought, oh, I got to work at Liberty House to make money. I got to work at Jack and Burger King to make money. And he's like, dude, do what you love, and the money will follow. And basically, he did that. He was, became a rock star. He went to Japan, became a rock star. He could have been, he could have worked for Marvel or DC, but he just decided, you know, being a rock star is more exciting,
Mhm.
which it is. And you get to do international shows and all that. He's currently living in Japan. So, I don't know. We might have to do, and again, this is going to be hard to coordinate because the time difference and also his work, like
Yeah.
being in and all that. Um, we might have to do a special edition instead of a Tuesday, like a different day, just to get him on. But hopefully, we can make something happen. And then there's other guests that I'm putting out feelers to. Eddie L from Mixed Nuts back in the days.
Mhm.
Uh, he's got a very interesting life going on right now.
Mhm.
If you don't know who Eddie L is, he's a father of a dance coordinator that has been blowing up in the past couple years. But also, he's an artist. He's a radio personality. He's done so much in his life that I can't even. He's the one that's gonna have to talk about that, um, because there's so many levels to this guy. So I'm trying to get
Right.
him on dates. I know Mark has been working on Big T's,
Yeah, we
right?
gotta get a redo with a mulligan with big T's. So, but yeah, I'm working on some other guests as well. So we'll keep you guys posted on the schedule upcoming. So hopefully we can get that to you guys and get more guests on for you guys so we can explore that.
Dude, the last time we had Big T's, he was talking like this. About the
Yeah, he was going. He was going for broke. I think he might be in a different place now, as
no,
it was.
but the thing is, like, he sounded like
Oh yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. But I mean,
So,
he was going for broke, man. He was he was letting everybody have it. I tell you, he was.
no, that's it, dude. Like, that's the kind
But
of interviews I like when they just let it all hang out there, dude. Like he
yeah,
was like, "Bro, I got into trouble. Me and my sister, we only had each other. Like all that kind of stuff, dude. That's
yeah,
real, you know. And
yeah.
so,
So Mike said he's good for. I will be good on Tuesday, and Khalil said that Shinku is actually his wrestling partner, tag team partner, and they're known as Zero Tolerance.
what,
Yeah.
dude? That's sweet. All right, all right. You get all
So
these connections, man. Damn.
yeah.
Again, Hawaii's a small island, but it's you know that's the reason why we all love each other. That's the reason why we all like even when we move off island, people are still like, "Hey, dude, like we support you. We're gonna listen to your podcast because you talk about food all the time."
Okay. Let me flip back to the other scene, and you're gonna hear the intro play for a brief second till I kill it. And here you
Aloha.
go. Oh, I actually hit it before. There we go.
Yeah, look at you.
I'm eating the mic. There you go. I'm a wrestler.
Oh, Morose.
We're gonna listen to your podcast because you talk about food all the time.
Dude, I don't know why. Wait, hold on.
Okay, let me flip
I'm
back
getting
to
the
the
delay playback now.
There we go. I muted everything. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, let me see if there's any new messages. Anybody else want to talk about anything? Definitely let us know, and otherwise we can make it short and sweet tonight and come back with a vengeance next week.
Dude, you know what? Hopefully I can get Mike on for next week's show. I'm gonna try and message him later on tonight. I mean, he already said he's down. He's gonna be available on Tuesday. He's good on
Okay.
Tuesday. Can we plug that? So next week we're gonna have Mike Sato from Enjoy Comics in Hilo. He's gonna
Yep.
talk about his huh?
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna talk about his upbringing and how he got involved in the comic scene. How his whole life has not just been about Hawaii, but now Hawaii is his home, and also, I mean, what he's gonna be doing, all his events coming up, and you know how his shop is doing in Hilo at the Kuhio. What is it? Kuhio Plaza?
Prince Coyo Plaza,
Yes, Prince Kuhio Plaza. So go check him
I
out.
believe.
And I'm gonna put out a flyer later on, probably tonight or tomorrow.
I'll be
And,
a fly on the wall in that podcast also.
Nah, dude, come on. Now. I visited Hilo. You lived in Hilo, so you guys are gonna have a
From
lot of
the
stuff.
big island, and
Yeah,
we
we
love
love
all.
Dude, so when I went to the shop, I was like,
Hey, we
Is it
should hit up what's his name? Jamin Wong.
oh
That'd be
yeah,
a great interview. Let's hit up Jamin.
Jam and Jake
Yeah, so
Chief Raga, right?
yeah.
Dude,
Let's hit
I
him
gotta
up and
check that out.
some other people. I'm gonna reach out to some artists. You know what I mean? I'm thinking like who I know personally, possibly Lukella from Ekolu. Maybe we can get him on the podcast. I'll see if we
Nice.
can get Lukella on. I'll reach out to him. And I'm trying to think now who's on our not our like our wish list. A wish list would be like people who are like probably won't do it.
Chief Raga and
So who's a someone who might that we know might do it. I think we could get Lukela from Ekolu, maybe Big T's again. I'm trying to think who else do we know in there. I would like to get speaking of Eddie L, I'd like to get James Coles on the podcast possibly.
dude, I tried contacting James Coles. He never contacted me back.
Mm.
But maybe if you did it,
I talked to him about some other things, so maybe I'll reach out to him. And I don't know.
well, I mean,
Maybe Rick Rock. I'd like to do an interview with Rick Rock.
okay, I'll let you do that one. But I'd
Hey,
love to get Henry Capono on.
Oh,
I think
if you could
he
get
might be able
that,
to do it.
if you could get that, then
Yeah, I mean, I've talked to him before. You know, the connection with Lanai, because Lanai opens for him on a lot of
mhm.
shows that he does in the mainland. And again, I you know, whenever I can, whenever he's in the mainland area, not recently because of COVID, but he used to do Dukes out in San Diego. You know, all these kind of places. So hopefully I can get him on. We'll see. You can only ask.
Yeah, can only ask.
So-
See what happens from there.
See, look at that, dude. Stacy, you're killing me, Stacy. Minute stop cooking at a two ladies' kitchen. Ay, ay, ay. Dude, every time we go to Hilo, we just gotta stop over at Minute Stop and eat chicken.
Yeah, I miss Minute Stop. Minute Stop. Used to be in Maui. Go there after the club every time. Heaven knows. What's his name? Kaleo Carter.
Mark.
Have
Whatever
be
you
wild
are.
knows. What?
Like, you're killing me. Like, I look so plain compared to you right now. Okay, I'm gonna try and jazz myself up.
I
I'm
think
gonna put
Skype has some filters, right? You can put on.
I don't know, man. Like, my
Uh,
phone is like literally out of
I know,
arm's reach.
I know Facebook, but yeah, Minute Stop was definitely made me gain a lot of weight when I lived in Maui for sure.
Because because after the club, everybody go in and stop and just order like bucket chicken, whatever. And the thing
You
is, you like chicken, so
get chicken. You get they had plate lunches there, like hamburger steak,
ah,
katsu. They had deep fried pork hash.
deep fried pork hash. I think I had one.
Yeah,
It was good though. Holy
yeah.
crap!
Yeah, here we go with food again. But anyways, when I'm on my diet and fasting,
You cannot eat for another 12 hours.
but it's all stuff I can't get here anyway, so we can talk about it.
True.
No harm, no foul.
But yeah,
No
so
duck.
next week, we're scheduling Mike Sato from Enjoy Comics. Hopefully, everybody can join in. And by the way, tell people, this Hawaii podcast is pretty interesting. And try to get people to subscribe and at least jump on with us and have a conversation. So
Yeah, definitely. Please spread the word and let people know what's going on with the show. And hopefully, I think we need to grow it out a little bit more. Most
Right?
definitely. I think
I don't know.
we should be doing better numbers, in my opinion. I think our show's hella interesting. So.
I think so too. I don't know how to get our numbers up.
I'm not sure. We just got to promote more, I guess. Promote more to the chat rooms and Facebook, and just kind of see. I put my mask on too.
Yeah.
I
That's
don't know
how
why
you do
mine's got a chin strap for. I don't know why I have a chin strap.
Wait, because I'm supposed to have a chin strap, but I took it off because my face too fat. But anyway,
Yeah, I think if we get
Yeah.
some more guests, we can definitely. And we need all you people out there like Kaleo Carter and Jax and Jason Tavares. He said hire a consultant. Uh, just spread the word and let people know about it. And definitely, I guess we'll just have to see if we can grow organically. Like maybe I'm trying to tie in my morning show. I get confused because the Aloha morning show is the Aloha State of Mind podcast. So I'm trying to tie in my Twitch people to here, and then people here into the Twitch, so we can kind of, coincide our listener, viewership, fan, whatever you want to call it. So, yeah, all
Our
ties
fan-
into each other.
grow. Our fan base needs to grow. That's-
Yeah.
This thing actually fits pretty good with my glasses still on.
I didn't know you had your glasses still on.
See, look at that, dude. No, okay, so I tried wearing this when I was doing a free comic book day one year,
Mm-hmm.
and the sweat just started coming down, dude,
Oh,
because there's no vent. I think I gotta put slits in this so I can vent it out a little bit. But anyway, okay, so next week is gonna be very interesting. I'm gonna have a lot of questions for him, but also I will definitely try and leave you time to talk.
no problem. I like listening. I'm just chill. Especially when it comes to comics, like that's your world. So you know what I mean. I know you guys enjoy the conversation.
We enjoy our comic conversation.
Yeah.
But not only that, dude. Like honestly, like when we do interviews, I like when you started because you ask them, where they grew up, how they grew up, all this kind of stuff, brothers, sisters, all that, to get a really good base of what made them who they are today, and then of course I know them from today, and so that's when the whole conversation comes about comics and
Well,
you know,
yeah. So
I was
let's do that next week then. That way I can get all my questions out of the way, then I can go sleep. I'll just
chicken and tofu.
put on my shades like this. I'll put on my glasses, and then my head will be down like this, and you won't even know You won't even know that I'm sleeping. Can you tell I'm sleeping?
And then we're watching it. Right, Mark? Don't you know about that place? Yeah. But all right. Well, personally, I want to thank everybody for joining us today. Every Tuesday, I know sometimes it's hard to get on there. Guys like Quan that started working again, Stacy that works during the day, Jax again works during the day. Everybody works now, so Um, and of course, next week we're gonna have Mike Sato from Enjoy Comics. His shop has been successful because of his work ethic, and can't wait to hear from him. But again,
Yeah.
thank you everybody on Facebook on behalf of me.
Yep.
Um,
Your Jason Tavares says, "F it, I'll be a consultant for free." So well, let's take him up on that offer.
oh, definitely.
Hey, anybody?
A
The
hustle,
price.
dude,
The price is right, man. The price is right.
right? Yeah,
That's a
yo, Roto
that,
Buzz, get in contact with me, like,
that's definitely within our budget.
right? So, okay,
All right, we'll make it a wrap right here. I got to shout out everyone in the chat room. Mitch, good night, aloha. I'll see you tomorrow morning, and don't forget if you guys are up early in the morning, 7:30 Pacific Standard Time, you can check out my Aloha morning show on twitch.tv/DJ Mark Easy. Just music, fun, good times, good conversation, all that stuff. So definitely check it out. And next week we'll have Mike Sato from Enjoy Comics, right? In
Yep.
Is it in Hilo?
Hilo.
Hilo will be here for our interview. We'll talk to him about how he grew up. Did he grow up in the Big Island? Actually, was he born and raised in the Big Island?
We're gonna have to ask him.
Okay. Well,
I
we'll
mean,
see what it is
yeah.
like there. I'm interested to see because I lived in the Big Island for a few years, so I'm interested to see how it has progressed. You know, because I was there in maybe 2000, so that was sheesh. That was 20 years ago.
I know 20 years.
Doesn't
Dude.
seem that, but I'd be interested into knowing how it was before even that. So we'll see. We'll talk to him next week. And we'll try and line up more guests in the upcoming weeks, like Eddie L. Who else do we say? We reach out to some music artists and see if we can get them on
Right.
and whatnot. So definitely keep posted to our Instagram, Aloha State of Mind Podcast, also Facebook. We don't really use Twitter, so just mainly Facebook and Instagram. We don't TikTok or whatever that stuff is. Or did TikTok get banned? I thought Trump was trying to ban TikTok.
Yeah, but he couldn't.
Oh, okay.
Well, the reason why is because TikTok. There's a couple of reasons. First of all, it's the First Amendment. You have the right to say what you want. Secondly, like with TikTok, you can actually change it from like, oh, my location is America to Canada, and you can't do nothing about it. Like you're still on.
Okay.
But also, yeah, again, it's a foreign company that owns it, but it's run by an American company, like consultant or not consultant, but they run it.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a whole bunch of legal stuff that, again, Trump just wants to be a bully because he can't get his way. He doesn't like people talking about him, but everybody does. I don't understand because on TikTok, there's so many racist people that say, yeah, vote Trump in 2020. Screw the black people. Like I'm like literally like scrolling past that all day, dude. So, but yeah.
All right. Well, before we get into more ranting and raving, I'd like to thank everyone for joining us. Be sure to, like I said, follow us on all social media platforms and definitely tune into the show every single Tuesday night. We will be right here. And hopefully we get I'm looking for the day we have, I think you need like 1,000 subscribers, 1,000, and then we can get our custom URL where it'll be like YouTube / Aloha State of Mind Podcast. But until now, we got like YouTube / XZ9EW54UK7982
How many subscribers do
FB.
we have? Like 10?
I think we have like 70 at last look, 70-ish. Something
So
like
we're
that.
not even close to 1,000. Jesus.
Yeah, we need to grow exponentially. Maybe Jason Tavares can help us with that.
Yeah. So again, because we're pretty busy in our own right, it'd be
Right.
good to have this information, like their input on how to build this thing. Because we got a good thing going, we got a good chat room going. Very interesting people to interview, and of course, I think you're a laugh riot. So, and I think more people should be listening to you. So,
Well, I think you're a hell of a guy too.
Like
But
Laura.
but yeah, let's definitely wrap it up here and join us next week. Like I said, Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We will be doing our interview with Mike Sato from Enjoy Comics in Hilo. But other than that, thank everyone for indulging us in this open forum chat of the Aloha State of Mind podcast. It was our episode 35.
5.
Yeah. So hopefully 50, we got to get something special for 50. So episode 50, we'll get something special lined up for sure. That's in like, sheesh, 15 weeks. Want to be like freaking next year already? I'm not sure.
You know, we think that it's far away, but watch, all of a sudden 2021 is gonna come around the corner real quick.
It will for definitely for sure. But yeah, thank everyone for tuning in. And anything you want to say before we head on out the door?
Thank you.
All right. Till next week. The Aloha State of Mind podcast reminding you, do something good for somebody you know. Better yet, do something better for someone you don't know. Keep positive, stay safe, and till next time, we just want to wish you guys out there peace, love, and
Aloha!
You guys have a great night. We'll see you next week.
Wherever you are, you're living aloha. Wherever you go, your soul is aloha. Wherever you've been, you're living aloha. About yourself is always aloha. Aloha is a state of mind. Aloha is a state of mind. A state of mind. When you're with family, you feel the aloha. When you're with friends, you feel the aloha. When you're on the beach, the sun's your aloha. That little breeze, the kiss of aloha. Aloha is a state of mind. 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 A state of mind. A state of mind. A state of mind.
Aloha!